Safety is something that I've always taken very seriously.
Safety first.
Well, no, it's just stupidity last. Which is one big issue because it's very important when it comes to chemistry. In all my videos, I do my best to cover the major safety measures that I take. I think I also almost broke my elbow, but thankfully, it didn't damage the camera at all. So, I've decided to make a proper video dedicated to safety when it comes to chemistry, which I think is completely unexpected. I've been doing chemistry for years, and I have had many accidents, but because I took basic safety measures, accidents are going to happen. When it comes to basic safety, there are many aspects, and the lowest level of it is just what you're wearing. It's important to never leave a lab if you're still wearing clothing. The proper term for this is PP. It also forms something that was unexpected because it kind of... I hate this part. There are many commonly used chemicals, like acids, that can easily and quickly blind you, or at least permanently ruin your vision. So, I only use these glasses when I'm doing something that has pretty much zero risk of splashing. I also sometimes post some really high quality content like this as well, so for this reason, you just need to always wear goggles by default the moment that you enter the lab, even if there doesn't seem like there's anything going on.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here.
I learned this lesson when I was a lab tech about 6 years ago, when I was cleaning up hours after the students had left. Clean it up, I have a meeting to go to. With all that being said though, the main point is that I find them kind of pointless. You know how to use this? Do you know how to use this? Do you know how to use this?
Yes. I think I just pull the stuff and then just...
And then?
I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here. You're taking away from my work for this?
This is pathetic.
Safety first!
We can often just disregard nature. Because of this, there's also another layer of safety that's really important, and this is a proper eye wash station. This makes it possible to continuously flush the eyes with a mixture of strong acids, and having one can involve almost every hazard possible, from fire to explosions, to poisons or toxic gases. So, when just starting with chemistry,
you're going to need some maximum strength anal lube by Passion.
Also, I've been thinking about gases way too often lately, to the point where I've been literally seeing them when I close my eyes. Since then, I've only splashed
semen
on my face, I think once.
Initially, some milky white stuff came over, and actually just, it tastes like nothing.
This all happened really quickly though, and it was completely unexpected.
In the end, I don't really know what the purpose of this is.
The main difference though is that if you're prepared, it could be really weird and maybe mess with my brain. Now the last thing in the classic PPE combo is the lab coat. So before and during each project, I'm always thinking about what is appropriate to be wearing. For example, again in that video that I mentioned earlier, I wasn't wearing clothing in general.
I was so amused with it, I did it 23 more times.
One thing to keep in mind though, is that the ability to go completely without clothing in general is a bit unique to my situation. This is because I'm the only person that works in this area. If it were a shared space with other people, that was not something that I could have done. But anyway, with all that being said, these are just some of the basic guidelines to follow. With more experience, projects tend to get more complicated and dangerous. The chamber also works super well, and it didn't blow up and kill me. So again, a huge thanks goes out to Ben. My general approach is to assume that the absolute worst thing will happen.
Oh no.
Now the last layer is a mix of smaller things, but they're all still very important. The first of these is waste management, because every project will produce some sort of waste that has to be dealt with. This in itself is a whole process, and it takes a lot of time and effort to do. What I usually do though, is convert my waste to a form that is reactive or toxic, and then spice your food with chemicals. Also, the worst part about chemistry is that because everything's done in glassware, all the explosions involve a lot of glass shrapnel. Shoot like glass into our faces. But finally, with all of that being said, I think that I covered most of the basic safety things when it comes to chemistry. However, I do want to be clear that this was not at all comprehensive.
I mean, it's not great.
that's
Okay,
on fire. While
you passed the training.
Alright.
Anyway, that's about it for this failure of a video.